Imagine a world where coins no longer jingle but flicker on screens. A world where digital money could be following the same fragile path as ancient Rome's silver coins, yet collapsing much faster. What if history is repeating itself, not in battlefields, but inside bank servers? This isn't just speculation. Rome's silver was once the bedrock of a vast empire. But over time, rulers debased that silver, eroding trust and sparking inflation. The consequences were profound and lasting. Today, we face a new revolution. From tangible coins to intangible code, our money is shifting rapidly. The stakes? Trust, control, and freedom itself. Can we learn from Rome's mistakes, or is the digital money revolution setting us on a path to a collapse yet unseen? Let's explore this hidden history that shapes our financial future. For thousands of years, money was more than mere paper or code. It was trust you could touch: gold, silver, salt, grain. Scarce, tangible assets that held real value. Rome's economy was built on the denarius, a silver coin carrying both value and confidence. For a Roman soldier, that coin was as trusted as a bank balance is today, backed by the empire's power and stability. But empires often grow beyond what they can sustain. Armies expand, borders stretch, and costs explode. When taxes fall short, the temptation to debase money becomes overwhelming. Rome began mixing cheaper metals into coins, initially unnoticed. But soon, trust cracked, prices soared, soldiers demanded more pay, and trade slowed. The empire built on silver began to rot from within. Centuries later, humanity traded silver coins for paper notes backed by gold in vaults. Yet, the same risks lingered beneath the surface. Empires from Spain's silver fleets to Britain's pound learned a dangerous lesson. Printing more promises than they could keep undermines trust and sows instability. In 1971, the U.S. officially ended the dollar's convertibility to gold. That moment marked the death of real money, giving birth to faith-based currencies. For the first time, the global economy ran entirely on trust alone. Governments could print, borrow, and spend without limits, while central banks became the new emperors, minting wealth with keystrokes. For decades, it seemed to work. Prosperity flowed, or at least appeared to. But illusions of endless wealth have always cracked, in Rome, in Weimar, and now in our digital age. Money has evolved with power. When monarchs gave way to parliaments, gold coins became government-backed notes. When industry grew, banks powered nations. Now, as data itself becomes the frontier, money detaches from physical form. Today, we've entered a digital empire. Money no longer jingles in pockets or folds in wallets. It flickers on screens, intangible, invisible, instant, woven into a vast digital web of payments and debts. This modern system feels efficient and safe. Yet, beneath the surface, old dangers reappear. Our dependency is on trust in banks, governments, and the invisible algorithms guiding our finances. Most never question, what happens if that trust fails? Rome had silver. We have code. Both were treated as unbreakable, yet both rely on belief more than substance. The 2020 pandemic tested every system: political, medical, financial. Economies paused. Leaders responded by creating trillions of dollars digitally with a few keystrokes. It took Rome centuries to destroy coinage. We did it in months. Governments called it stimulus. Central banks called it support. The truth is simpler. Printing belief, not wealth. Inflation followed, first denied, redefined, then accepted. Inflation is more than rising prices. It means shrinking value, the slow theft of purchasing power that punishes savers and rewards debtors. It's a silent tax that no one votes for, but everyone pays. Ordinary citizens feel it clearly. Groceries cost more, housing drifts out of reach, savings buy less each year. While politicians blame others, the silent reality remains unchanged. Every empire in history has faced the same dilemma. Cornered by debt, they don't default on paper, they default in value. Modern leaders believe they can outsmart history, but often repeat its errors. When economies stall, rates drop. When markets shake, money prints. When panic rises, politicians promise. But each promise breeds dependency, fragility, and undermines monetary discipline. In this digital age, these processes accelerate. A single decision by a central banker can move trillions. A glitch can erase billions. Stability hinges now on server uptime, not gold reserves. Rome debased silver with fire and hammer. We debase ours with code. The next revolution is already here: Central Bank Digital Currencies, or CBDCs. CBDCs promise innovation and convenience, but beneath the marketing lies control. Programmable money means every transaction can be traced, limited, reversed, or denied. Imagine stimulus that expires after 30 days, spending restricted by category, access tied to social scores, carbon footprints, or policy compliance. This isn't science fiction. It's already being tested in China and Europe. Rome used legions to enforce its will. Tomorrow's governments will use software. As money becomes code, freedom becomes permission. Empires never collapse all at once. They decay slowly, invisibly, bureaucratically. People adapt to restrictions until control becomes culture. Romans didn't realize their collapse. Markets opened, cities functioned, coins circulated, until one day they didn't. That's how trust dies, not with chaos, but routine. Beneath a stable surface, systems rot unseen. Our money feels secure, but every number on a screen depends on one fragile thing: faith. History has shown faith unanchored by reality is doomed. This pattern repeats: innovation, growth, corruption, illusion, collapse. Rome's silver failed trust, paper failed discipline, digital money faces the test of control. The question we must ask: will we learn before it's too late? History's lessons have never been kind to illusions of stability. Empires decay slowly. Bureaucratic rot sets in. People accept new restrictions as temporary measures. Unaware control is becoming culture. Rome's citizens didn't notice their collapse. Cities still functioned and coins circulated, until suddenly they didn't. Trust dies not in chaos but in routine. Systems rot beneath stable surfaces. Our money feels safe but rests on fragile faith, easily broken and hard to rebuild. History shows a familiar pattern. Innovation leads to expansion, then corruption and illusion, before collapse. Rome fell not when invaded, but when its money lost meaning. Britain's empire crumbled not from invasion, but from debt. Today, the same rhythm echoes amid stimulus plans and printing presses worldwide. Technology accelerates our financial system, making value transfer instant, yet value itself erodes. We call this progress, but it is acceleration on a broken road. Collapse is not the end, but transformation. Rome didn't vanish, its laws and language endured. Perhaps we stand at a new beginning, a reset toward meaning and discipline. Value cannot be infinite, and trust cannot be printed. The question isn't whether the digital empire falls, but what rises afterward, the future we choose to create. History is the true innovator. It tests new systems. Coins, paper, code, all facing the same trial: trust, discipline, control. Our digital money now faces its moment of reckoning. Will we learn? Will control choke freedom? The lessons of Rome caution us, but the future remains unwritten, awaiting those willing to see and understand. As pixels lose power and trust turns to doubt, those who hold real understanding and assets will endure. Others will watch illusions dissolve, just as Romans once did with their coins. We are not spectators of history. We live it, typing, trading, and transacting within it every day. The next collapse won't come with fire. It will come quietly, digitally, globally. But we do not have to be victims. History's lessons offer awareness, not fear. Remember, money is not magic, it is trust. And once broken, trust is the hardest thing to rebuild. Next, we'll explore how emerging technologies might reshape money beyond this collapse, glimpsing opportunities hidden within crisis. If you found this journey insightful, watch our playlist on economic history and technology to deepen your understanding of money's evolving story. What moment from Rome's collapse surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation about our financial future. Subscribe for calm, thoughtful explorations into history and economics. No hype, just insight. We look forward to your company on this journey.